That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Boar's Nests preview review show. I know OMD usually does that, but he had a bit of a lag right there. So sorry, brother. I stepped on your toes.
No
As
worries. No worries. Yeah. That's my computer for you. It's time to get a new one.
Yeah,
tonight-
you're definitely getting there.
Yeah. But tonight, as always, we are joined by the right hand of the studio, the Bulkster, Mr. Terry Hans, our chicken parm champion. And for the first time ever on the Raw Preview Review Show, we would like to welcome the Director of Operations at Turnbuckle Studios,
Right.
Mr. Carl Carafel.
Hey, that's me.
How we doing, gentlemen?
Happy to be here tonight because I was supposed to be working.
I'm
Good job,
A-OK.
good.
And it's nice to it is going good. It's nice to be here with Carl because Carl and I have not done a show in a long time together. We've been super
very
busy
true.
with shoot jobs and schedules not matching up, and
I've
it
got
turned
2
into
shoot
a-
jobs now, so
yeah.
there's even
I
less
stepped away
time.
from one.
Yeah,
actually.
and then we get to all jump over from here to the Raw Patrol.
Yeah,
Mhm.
literally, the three of us are going to be going live over there, and then Bulkster will be joining us in the chat. like he always does.
I get to be in the chat.
All right, so we have a lot to cover because there is 4 of us tonight. So let's start with the esteemed owner of Turnbuckle Studios for his review. Carl Carafel, what match did you pick for your review tonight?
So for the review, if you guys have followed anything that I do, you guys know that I am a fan of this person, a huge fan of this person, all the way back to her time in the very beginning. And we were talking Liv Morgan. So this matchup that happened last week was the first ever steel cage match for Liv Morgan. And she looked absolutely fantastic in this matchup. She did not look as though she was disorientated or unaware of the situations that were happening. She looked at home, as the WWE has put it. So much happened in this matchup, from just consistent brawling between the two of them, power bombs that happened, some high fly stuff that happened, top rope, to lock on the disarmor from Becky Lynch onto Liv Morgan, who thankfully fought through all of the pain. We did have a little bit of shenanigans that did ensue, though, as we did have Dirty Dominic Mysterio try to make sure that Becky Lynch, would win the matchup, actually opening up the cage door, which kind of surprised me because generally it's locked and only the referee can open it. But it looked as though Dominic was able to easily go and just kind of pull a little pin and open up that door, which I did not like from that matchup, the ease at which he could do that. JD McDonough and Finn Balor came down to try to convince Dominic Mysterio to stay out of the situation, but he continued just to put himself into that situation. We did then see Braun Strowman come down as well, and he was kind of looking for JD McDonough. He attacked absolutely everybody that he could while down there, shoving Dominic Mysterio into the door that slammed into Becky Lynch, allowing Liv Morgan to take advantage and slip her way out the door to actually win the matchup. Now, the big thing that came of this that we're going to be seeing later tonight, where we might get a little bit of answers. I don't know, but we might get some answers on this. But Liv Morgan kind of was going to pass by Dominic Mysterio, stopped, and as jealous as I am, gave Dominic Mysterio one of the biggest smooches that I have seen on WWE programming in a very long time.
It's definitely been a hot minute since we've seen some lip action on any programming for WWE.
Yes,
Right.
yes. And as you touched on, it was a fantastic match, but all anybody is talking about is that kiss afterwards.
Right.
And a lot of networks or a lot of feeds, we got to see it, but a lot of feeds didn't because of the runtime.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lot of people had to wait until it was out on social media. Again, I'm a big fan of this match, as you touched on, all of the in-cage action,
Oh yeah.
the spot from the top of the cage. But that's one thing that always gets me is when the face is up at the top of the cage, knocks the heel back in, why they always feel the need to climb back in to finish the match in the cage as opposed to climbing out and taking the weight.
Right.
Like, no, we got to jump back in there and cause more chaos when we could have just taken the win.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could have. Could
I-
have.
I'm not opposed to that to a certain degree. 'Cause, I
Right.
mean, it's pretty cool to see more of a match. Yes, I appreciate that kind of thing because the women's division has been getting such a light shined on them lately that any match that goes longer than a normal match would is a plus in my book, no matter who's in it. But this match, I caught reviews of this match because unfortunately I was working the shoot job. So I've been doing a lot of catching up today.
Sure.
Wow. Liv Morgan, like you said, Carl, not a nervous bone in her entire body for this match. Like she looked like she belonged.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which
she
is
did.
nice to see as she is the champion. I mean,
Right.
you should be able to, as a champion, be put in any situation and look comfortable and present that belt properly.
Yeah. Of course.
So congratulations to her for presenting that belt in the best light possible
Oh, yes.
against the man. Like she did an amazing job.
Yes.
Both women did great.
And our friend Chris Best coming in here saying his favorite was just how rare it is for a cage match to end by escaping through the door.
Right.
That's true.
that-
I mean, it is something we have seen a little more of in recent years,
True.
but I still I prefer the pinfall or over the top of the cage.
It's just back to the bare bones of what the match really started as was get over the top. Don't go through the door, just get over the top. Mr. Bulkster, please give us your input on this wonderful women's match.
I love the match. I love both ladies, and they did a great job. I believe. I also love when storylines intermix with each other, even though they're not connected. I love how they can tell stories in multiple aspects. So adding the whole Finn and JD coming out, and then having Braun come out there because he has a little thing with the Judgment Day, and it all kind of mixes in together, and it's unintentional. I mean, Braun was unintentionally trying to help, didn't mean to help Liv, but it did, and I love when they can do those things so subtly, and it's not so like. I mean, it doesn't look so
obvious.
Obvious, yes.
Yeah.
So I love that dude. That so
that's again, props to both these women for putting on banger of a match. I appreciated it when I was reviewing footage, and again, like Carl said, that kiss afterwards. I'll be honest, I'm kind of in Carl's boat. I'm a little bit jealous about that because Liv Morgan has come leaps and bounds from where she was before. And again, congratulations to her for earning that title. She earned it. It wasn't handed to her. She earned that.
Right.
So congratulations to her. Hope she has a great run with this title and goes places with it. Now,
Gianna, we love you. So get a hold of us. Let's make magic.
Definitely. How do you follow that up, Carl? Thanks, man. Thank you. Bulkster, my brother, Parmesan champion, chicken parm champion, my brother. What match did you pick for a review this week?
I chose Iliad Dragunov versus Ricochet.
Whoa.
And it's not my main reason to pick this, I mean, yes, I love Dragunov. I like Ricochet. I mean, he hasn't done much. I'm hoping I don't know what the cards hold for him for his future, but I do hope that he gets used more. But the big talk is Braun Breaker coming in and causing the basically disqualification. He attacked Ricochet, and then he also attacked Iliad. So I'm invested in this Breaker, how they're trying to build him from, I'm just frustrated where my position is, fighting these jobbers, to now, trying to get seen, which we've all seen him. It's just waiting to see how they're going to put him in a story. And it's not like him just coming out and, open challenge or something. It's more of squirreling him into like, I'm going to make my own feud here. And hey, and it's benefiting Ricochet because Ricochet hasn't been used very much. So, hey, this way I can help both of us. And
Right.
Iliad's a new guy on the street. So now we can help him too. So, man, if this ends up into a triple threat, wow, this will be amazing. I can't imagine.
So, did we not get to see Mr. Dragunov and Braun Breaker in NXT a few times fight, if I remember correctly?
I believe it was once, and it was for the title. And I believe, and so please, Mr. Best Database, correct me if I'm wrong. But I do believe that it was Dragunov that took the NXT. No, but Dragunov took it from Mello. Sorry. It was Braun Breaker who defended it and beat Dragunov in that match for it.
Okay. So that being said, if that is what has happened, yes, then we already have a slight feud right there, right? And now we got Braun Breaker coming in and broadsiding Ricochet and his rival in Dragunov. So yeah, if that turns into a triple threat somehow, some way for that speed title, perhaps throw that into the or did Ricochet lose that?
Ricochet still has it, but that can only be defended on Twit X. So if they do a Braun Breaker versus Ricochet for the speed title on X, that would be a big numbers one.
I was thinking all three of them in that match as a three-way for the title.
It'd be interesting. Yeah,
it would be interesting. But the problem with trying to do that is now you've got three people competing in a 3-minute match.
A 3-minute match.
Yeah. Okay.
Did somebody just say 3 minutes?
But anyway, these three men, you put them in a ring together, it's money. And Braun Breaker coming out and attacking random superstars, kind of old school, because he's like, notice me and notice me now, or I'm going through the entire locker room and just I'm going to annihilate everybody.
Right. And I get where you're coming from. I mean, we're starting to see the shadows of his uncle, Scott Steiner, come through.
I love it.
I'm going to say anything, but yeah, it's a little bit.
For me now, it seems that Ricochet has become a bit of a stepping stone for everybody, whether they're recently drafted or he's the guy to push them to the next title, as we saw with his Shinsuke Nakamura feud earlier this year and late last year. And I don't want to see that for somebody of his talent. Now, if we're going to get to a Dragunov Breaker feud, great. I'm all for it. But again, it's something that, yes, you're helping, as Bulkster alluded to, you're helping to elevate and build these two new call-ups and draft picks.
Mm-hmm. But how I would look at it is, if I was Ricochet, okay, I'm still on TV and I'm still getting paid.
Yeah. But
if that is what I got to do for now till I get an actual storyline, then yeah, I'm going to eat that bullet and be that guy for a while. And then Trips will give me, who knows, a major feud for a title.
Yeah.
And date Samantha.
if you're going to give me Dragunov and Breaker, give it to me on the 15th at Clash at the Castle. I'm sure that, as you guys alluded to, that we're potentially going to see that triple threat there.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I'm
I'm always down
100%
for a
behind
good
that.
triple threat.
Yeah.
Especially with talent like those three guys. Because I've watched Dragunov's last match, like the one that he was just in and we were talking about, and then the one previous to that.
Right.
Boy's got talent, man.
And it would
if you
be
don't get hurt, he's going places. Sorry, go ahead, Bulkster.
It would be a different kind of triple threat. Normally, I mean, you would have to have Ricochet and Iliad hit a double team Braun, because Braun's just run circles around him. So they're going to have to work together to, he's going to be like the monster.
Did you say Braun's going to run circles around him?
Yeah.
This is the best joke we heard all night.
The best play on words. The best play on words. He's going to run. He runs around the ring every freaking week, man.
I was going to say that is probably the perfect segue, as I am choosing to touch on
yes, go ahead.
Braun Strowman for JD versus JD from last week.
Okay.
And I'm going to give credit where credit is due, because everybody knows I am not a Braun Strowman fan.
Yes, I was surprised.
Yeah.
Last week was some of the best work I've ever seen him put in.
Wow. Mark that down.
Yep. Put it on my calendar.
The way he sold the fact that it wasn't a squash match, I was almost getting those vibes of Braun Strowman versus Samurai del Sol or Kalisto when they did that tables match or the dumpster match or whatever it was there a few years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I
kind of remember that.
And the way Braun sold that leg injury, you saw JD going back to a little bit of his kinesiology background and picking him apart.
His what?
Kinesiology.
Holy crap. English, brother.
Bless you.
Right? Wow.
So basically centering out the body parts and knowing what it is to work.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So it was a fantastic match. They actually gave JD some time as opposed to it being a squash match. And then the interactions throughout the show.
Right.
As you would see Braun, even when he was chasing him, you'd see him limping around. Even his run around the ring, he was selling that limp. Both times during that match and then again during the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I will give Braun Strowman full credit. That was probably the best I have ever seen him work in the 5 years that we've been watching him.
I gotta put this up. This is great. Oh, Chris Best, I love you. I love this stuff. This is why you're Commander Data, buddy. OMB using his words of the day, toilet paper again. Oh God, that's awesome. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that you watched this show before the big one. This is great. So Carl, give your input on the match, please, before I get going.
Sure. It was another Braun Strowman matchup. Now, I'm a fan of Braun Strowman, okay? I absolutely love Braun Strowman. I always have since he first came in, right? And then everything that he's done with the Wyatt family. And like, I've just been, even I almost wore today my Andre the Giant versus Adam Shearer or the Titan t-shirt that I've got. I almost wore it today, but I didn't. But that's how much of a fan I am. Like, I was like, okay, this is a really cool shirt. This is one that I want to keep from Pro Wrestling Crate, right?
Yeah.
But Braun Strowman is just Braun Strowman. Unfortunately, there is no outside anything different to Braun Strowman right now. And I want to see more from him. So until I can really see more from him, as opposed to just being this big brute that just kind of, demolishes people and runs around the ring, giving people shoulder tackles or a spear. It's just another Braun Strowman match for me.
What's Bulkster think about this match?
always liked Braun Strowman as just a wonder to watch. Seen him in live shows. Like I said, I mean, he's tall, he's huge. Just seeing somebody that size move around and do the things that he does, and you just kind of go, "Wow, what if I could do that?" And you're just kind of like, I mean, yeah, he doesn't. Like Carl says, he's just a big brute that demolishes things. But sometimes that's all you want to see. I sometimes just want to see a big guy just squash some smaller guys and go, "Why'd you get in the ring with him?"
Right.
But that's just the basic little fan of me. Get out, go. Ooh, seeing him go, I would hope to have him have a little bit more personality if he's going for some big titles or something like that. But
yeah,
I am interested to see what this transpires with the whole Judgment Day. Is he going to run, through all of them, and it's going to lead to him versus Damian Priest, and Damian Priest could really have a good challenge there and hopefully win to show his dominance. But that's just me spitting off what I think could possibly happen. But
that's okay.
Anyway,
that's what this is about.
Yeah,
that's just what I think.
I tend to agree with everybody. He's a good guy, he really is. You can see there's talent there, but he needs to like branch out and learn more than just the generic crap that he learned and the generic crap that he knows. Like literally, you were off for how long? Like you didn't learn another move set or something. Like you literally, the dude runs around the ring, yeah, blows people over, yippee. Like clothesline, chop, big boot, power bomb, and that's it. That's all I ever see the guy do. Don't get me wrong. I like to watch the guy just annihilate people. Yes, but you got to be able to extend your matches more than just that to really stay on my radar as a superstar that could contend for any title.
The problem is when you get a guy like that, and we saw it with Great Khali, Giant Gonzalez, Omos.
They can't move.
They can go 3-4 minutes. Goldberg, they can go for 3-4 minutes.
How can you wrap Goldberg in with these guys? He's not even a wrestler as far as I'm concerned.
Even Braun's title matches leave a lot to be desired. I'm the one who's always sat there, and I mean, you guys have heard me say it. I can run around the ring and knock people down. That's all I ever see from him.
Right.
Literally, yeah.
Even when people were complaining all those years ago about Roman Reigns being shoved down our throats, I was getting that same feeling from seeing Braun Strowman on TV every week.
It's the same cutout of a big man.
Yeah.
And he's more than just a big man. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, his size does hinder him to a point.
Yeah.
But dude works out all the time. Dude, he can move for a big dude. So why are you not letting him do more?
Right.
Why? Why are we holding him back?
I ask that every day, every week, every freaking week, every week, man, every week. Well, that I see him on my television at least.
Yeah, right. Like I get that. I totally do. I'm behind you on that one, Carl. Like, why? We know this dude's athletic. Like he's a world strongman.
Yeah.
Okay. Lost a bunch of weight, but toned and got in shape to be a professional wrestler. Yeah. And is in shape now to be a professional wrestler. Why is he not out there professionally wrestling?
And
just being a sideshow.
Continued his physique development.
Oh, yeah. He's constantly working on it.
Yeah.
He says all the time in an interview, they're like, wow, you're in great shape. And he goes, no, I'm not. No, I'm in good shape, yes, but I'm not in great shape. He's always saying there's more I can do. There's more. He's like, I can move. I can run and hit people, but I also know how to wrestle. Like, couldn't we get a guy that's a little bit bigger, actually say our champion, our heavyweight champion, come in and actually have a skilled match with this guy? and see what he has. Put him to the test. Do a skilled match with him, like Eddie and Benoit would do, or Chris Jericho and whoever. You know what I mean? Like wrestle.
Yeah.
Let's see this guy put on an actual clinic of a wrestling match. I think he could do it, given the chance. I think he could, but
Right.
they won't give him the chance because you're just a big dude. Just go in there, oh, King Kong. Oh, I smash people. You know,
Right. Chris Best coming in saying, just a reminder that prior to last week, the last time we saw Braun wrestle was under Vince's regime. Now that we're under Triple H, we may see a different Strowman. I hope so.
100%.
I hope so. But I mean, this is also a guy that we saw released because they already had Omos as their freak of nature.
You mean almost a wrestler?
Yeah.
Could make it to the ring without being out of breath? Can't wrestle.
No.
Like if you put literally right now, if I put almost and Braun Strowman in a ring together, I know Almost is bigger than Braun Strowman as far as height. But I think Braun Strowman could out wrestle Omos in a heartbeat.
We did see that match a couple of years ago in Saudi Arabia.
I didn't get to see it.
I haven't watched the match just because it was Braun Strowman and Omos.
I didn't watch it because it was almost. But regardless.
Anyways, Bubba, on to your match.
I didn't pick one, brother, because I didn't have time to look at for one.
Okay.
To be honest. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't have time. I was running around here getting things done for mom.
Gotcha.
Because I've been working constantly. I haven't been able to keep up on my chores. So today was the day of let's get things done. But give me 1 second. I'm sure I could find one. No.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. It's on chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm going back here. I'm going to look. Well, I'm not going to be able to find it now. You know that, right? Because I'm looking for it. What was the other match that was going on? Was it Natty? Was Natty wrestling last week? I can't remember. Dude, I looked through the paper.
There was a tag team match that happened last week.
Yeah, I can't remember.
With AOP.
Oh, yeah, it was the New Day and the AOP. Yes, I remember catching that match.
No,
but I don't.
No, it was not.
What?
New Day
Who did I see then?
versus AOP.
Is that tonight?
AOP wrestled the Creeds last week.
Yes.
I missed it then. So couldn't have been that good a match because it wasn't in my review thing that I was watching for Raw last week.
Yeah, we had AOP. We had Laya Valkyria versus Kairi Sane, Rey Mysterio, Carlito, Bronson Reed, and Otis. We had Maxine Dupree stopping Chad Gable, which was absolutely fantastic. We'll get into that at another time. And then we had Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. So take your freaking pick, man.
All I did was watch the Becky Lynch one and a couple of the other ones. And like I said, I've been so busy with this new job.
Gotcha.
Right.
I just I'm not even going to be on the Boar's Nest on Thursday because the shoot job has called me and said they need me.
Gotcha.
Right?
So it's a great job. I love it because I'm back into a transport. But it's 12-hour shifts. And when I'm not working, I'm sleeping.
Yep.
Because I can't fall asleep driving a truck.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So let's go with the review or the previews for this week. Let's go, Bulkster. What do you have for your preview for this week?
I noticed that we're going to be getting a New Day versus Final Testament or AOP match. I'm been vocal. I'm not the biggest New Day fan. I felt they lost their shine. Their new is ran off. But with that being said, and I've always been a fan of Karrion Kross. I just wish people would get his mannerisms. I think his promos are great. I mean, they're just very, very cynical, and I guess they're different. That's what makes it so strange. But I like his involvement now, and I'm interested in seeing where it's going to go with this New Day. It looks
Right.
like he's trying to twist some things around with Kofi and Xavier, maybe cause some turmoil, maybe see if one of them wants to join the New Final Testament. I mean, I don't know. I think this would be a fresh air for one of the two. I
Mhm.
think it would be a good addition to that team to maybe get some eyes on them because people do like Xavier Woods. They do like Kofi Kingston. So if they turn into a heel type character, it might be cool. Might be a change, a fresh breath of fresh air of these characters, and because it doesn't look like we're going to see Big E come back. So I think they've held on to this New Day thing, hoping that Big E would be able to come back. But I think by now it's time to move on
Yeah.
and give these guys a very proper final run before they might have to retire. Or I know Xavier's younger, but Kofi is on his last legs. He needed to do something different to, and I think Final Testament would be a good move for Kofi or Xavier to. They're both good at talking now with being on the New Day, so
Right.
I think it'd be give somebody else to talk besides Carrion, because I think people just kind of get lost in his words. I think he has good cryptic messages and stuff that they can use occasionally, but I think Xavier or Kofi would make good team, or both of them. Have both of them join the.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have the New Day join the Last Testament.
Then it's
That
the
sounds
New
interesting.
Testament.
Then
Then
call it
it's
the New Testament.
The
There
New
you go.
The New Testament.
Jeez. How's OMD feel about this match?
I'm with Bulkster on this in the fact that we need something new for the New Day. But I think maybe let them go over to NXT. We know they did have a brief run with the tag titles there last year,
Mm-hmm.
but let them go help out the new talent coming up. That way you can still keep them relevant, especially with, as we discussed last Thursday on the Boar's Nest on open mic night. I think that would be a good addition for the potential crossovers that we're going to see.
Okay.
So do I really want to see them go and join Final Testament? No. Have we seen it? I love Karrion Kross as well.
Okay.
It's too bad he has been watered down on the main roster.
Right.
From where he was in NXT and where he was prior as Killer Kross.
Yeah.
I'm all for seeing the Final Testament succeed as opposed to, again, putting 5 people together for the sake of 5 people together and
Nothing
people
better for them to
and
do.
TV time.
Got nothing better for them to do, so let's throw them together.
Yeah.
Yeah. My feeling is the same thing as you two gentlemen. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of tired of the New Day. Either have them feud against each other or put them somewhere where they're going to be, like you said, NXT, where they're going to be utilized properly or better, I guess would be the word.
Right.
I'm behind that. Otherwise, I could care less about them, really.
Yeah. I don't think they need better utilization. They're utilized just fine. It's just a matter of it's been overdone. And now they've been force-fed down our throats. It's stale.
Very stale.
We need that breath of fresh air for them. Carl, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was going to say, how's Carl feel about this? Cricket.
Let me put it this way.
Uh-oh.
The New Day need to go their separate ways. I'm tired of seeing them as a tag team. We've had this New Day bullshit going on for way too long. I'm tired of it. We've already lost Big E. He's, it's doubtful that he's ever going to be able to get back into the professional wrestling ring. So, okay, and I get that, yes, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are still there to live that dream on, but at some time they need to just separate. Did we not have the exact same thing with D-Generation X? Shawn Michaels, Triple H, the Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, all of them went their own separate ways. And now, while, yes, we did continue to get the tag team of the Road Dogg, Jesse James, and the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws, we did see the rest, X-Pac or Six or whatever you want to call him, Sean Waltman,
1, 2, 3
separated
kid.
off. 1, 2, 3 kid, Lightning Kid, whatever name he goes by. Shawn Michaels went off on his own. Triple H went off on his own and did amazing for themselves. And did they come back together at some point? You're damn right they did, because the people wanted to see D-Generation X once again. So Triple H and Shawn Michaels came back together for a short, brief period of time. We did have where all three of these members had separated from the New Day. They have now come back for this short, brief period of time, and it needs to be done now.
Yeah, 100%.
It is overstayed its welcome. These two guys are great. Don't get me wrong. The tag team that they have of the New Day is fantastic. I love it. But I don't want to see it anymore. We have so many other tag teams that are available on the WWE programming. Let's give them the shine that they deserve. Not by using the New Day to give them that shine, but allowing them to grow and become the shine that they need to be.
Well, 100%, dude. Couldn't have said it better myself. What's up there?
Look at the Usos. They haven't done too bad for themselves being split up, and they're about the same as I was kind of getting tired of the Usos. You know, they're about the same. You know,
prime example.
Yeah, there you go.
DIY and NXT. Look how long DIY separated for.
Yep. So yes,
look at them now.
Floundering.
They're rocking it now. Yeah. Carl, which match did you pick to preview for this week?
We talk about those that need shines, and I think that this one here definitely is a shine that is needed. And I'm going to be talking about Kiana James going up against Natalya tonight. Now, I do know, okay, I talked about, the New Day not being needed to kind of give that shine, but Natty is a perfect person to give the shine to Kiana James. So those of you that might not know who Kiana James is, she was someone from NXT. She actually first started out in AEW. Yeah, gather that. While she only did have one match over there against the Bunny in a losing effort, she was known as Xtina K back then. That was in September of 2021. And yes, okay, it was an AEW Dark episode, but still, she got a paycheck from AEW, which means she was part of AEW.
Yep.
February 2022. She is now in NXT. She's gone through and done some really great things over in NXT, working some of their bigger pay-per-views, working some of their lesser-known pay-per-views, like the New Year's Evil pay-per-view that NXT does, which I think it's a pretty cool name. I actually enjoy that. All the way through going to Steel Cage match and a bunch of different things working, up against Thea Hale from Chase University. But then on night one of the WWE draft on April 26th, 2024, which happened on a SmackDown, James was drafted to the Raw brand. And that is the only thing that we have from her on Raw since April.
Right.
So we are now June the 3rd today, and we are finally getting to see Kiana James on our television screens taking on Natalia. I am freaking excited for this because this is something that's going to allow us to see more. Chris, CBRS Entertainment. Yeah, I get it. Donuts. Yum. Being able to see Kiana James making her Raw debut against Natalia, we know that Natalia is a mainstay within the WWE, a woman who has been there for absolutely everything and knows what she is doing. There is nobody better to gauge the talents of Kiana James inside of a ring on one of your biggest stages. Yes, and I say biggest stages because Monday Night Raw is a sellout every freaking week right now.
Right. Crazy.
Natalia is the perfect opponent. And if there is something that needs to be worked on, Natalia has no problem explaining and taking the talent through what needs to be done. I'm excited to see this tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see who's going to win this matchup. Is Kiana James going to prove that she is worth being on the Raw brand? Or is Natalia going to school her like she's in a dungeon?
Right. And she has reopened the dungeon, by the way, people. If nobody realizes that. Natalia has reopened the dungeon. Just to let everybody know that little tidbit of information.
Yes.
I love when Carl takes a drink. He's got his pinky finger up.
I'm with Carl. I cannot wait to see Kiana James. It took a while for her to grow on me in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
But
for a lot of people, yeah.
Her character development, her work ethic, it's second to none. We know that she has had this match before in NXT.
Yes.
So now let's see what she has learned and what she can bring from that experience and her training with Natalia, working in NXT up to tonight. Outside of, a couple of vignettes and backstage segments in the last couple of weeks, we hadn't seen anything from her. So I cannot wait. I'm hoping that she doesn't quite go full character, but I want to see her bring that sort of female JBL, female $1 million man type vibe.
Whoa. Okay, now you've got me sold on checking this match out now. Just from saying that she has that vibe of JBL with a little bit of the $1 million man kind of attitude stuff going on. You just sold me on this match.
She started out in NXT as like a businesswoman.
Yeah.
Never seen her.
Yeah.
So this is my first exposure.
Hey, no, it's all good. And I'm happy that you're getting this exposure to her.
Yeah. Her finishing move is called the 401k.
Oh, gee, come on. That's great. That's great. Bulkster, please give us a little bit of your information on this wonderful match that Carl brought.
So when I first hear Kiana James, like I said, I've seen the vignettes in the back or the little backstage segments that she's had with usually it's with GM.
Right.
I can't remember any really matches that define me to going, oh, I remember that from NXT. When I hear, I can put a name, I can see a face, and I could see a purse. For some reason, doesn't she carry around a little purse?
Yeah.
So I thought she carries a little purse, but I feel that's like her thing that she carries around. So I'm interested in seeing her match tonight to see. I did not realize her finishing move was the 401k and all that. I didn't realize her persona when I first think it's always when she was talking backstage, always reminded me of like a different variation of Chelsea Green. That's what it made me feel like.
Right. I get that.
Yeah, so I am interested in seeing this match. Natalia, not so much, but she is a veteran. She is what she is, but I know she's doing this to showcase James and to see what she can do. And I'm hoping for a great match.
That's awesome. I am now officially looking forward to this match, aside from my girl Natty being in it. Like I was going to watch it anyway, but now I'm kind of like, Okay, so she's wrestled this young lady before in NXT. Cool. Good to hear that. So they know each other. They've worked together. Natty's been kind of mentoring her, like she's been doing a lot of the new talent, which is her thing, which good for her. So now I'm sold on this match because of getting a little bit of that little bits of her character from these guys and picking these little things like the $1 Million Man and all this little. Now I'm looking forward to this match now. I'll be honest. I can't wait to see this match tonight now. Thank you. Who
No
have we
problem.
not covered
You're welcome.
yet? OMD, have you given us your match yet, my friend? Again, yeah, Carl, thank you. Appreciate it.
I have not, but tonight I'm going to preview Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
For me, this is a match that really doesn't need to happen. I know we saw a little bit of a build to it last week. We can either get a clean one-on-one match, or we're going to get a match which is all kinds of shenanigans between Judgment Day, LWO, Braun Strowman, Carlito.
Easiest way to put it, cluster F. Cluster F.
The big thing that I really do not want to see drawn out in this match, and I think we are going to get it leading to what is probably going to be the final match at SummerSlam, is Dom's interference costing his dad. So you're going to build to that match for SummerSlam in what will hopefully be Rey's retirement match.
You really think so?
I do. But I do not want to see it because we do not need to see Dom and Rey played out again. It wastes that whole year of them trading Rey to SmackDown to get him away from Dom and the family storyline.
But if you're going to retire, who better to retire you and take that Mysterio name than your boy?
Yeah. I mean, because you've already seen him anoint Dragon Lee as the future of Lucha Libre.
Yes.
And now you're going to put Dragon Lee over Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro, and Zelina Vega as the leader of the LWO. So, I mean, I'm thankful that this match is not for the title tonight. As well, we're going to see probably Drew McIntyre get involved in that match as he's got the shot at Clash at the Castle.
That's probably what's going to, again, shenanigans.
This is just going to be
7-on-7 match.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day teaming up to take on the LWO.
Yeah. I'll give, before I ask the other two gentlemen their thoughts, I agree this match really doesn't need to happen. Really. I find it just to be a filler. Really. And if you're going to use these two gentlemen as a filler, please don't. Get rid of them. Throw another women's match on the card. Because I've been, and I'll say it again, I am really enjoying the women's wrestling because there's more of a storyline. There's more incentive as to why this woman is wrestling that woman. Let's continue that. We've been doing so good with that. Let's get another match on there for the girls. Get rid of this one. It's not even worth it as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Carl, yeah, go ahead. Carl, let us know what you feel about this.
No.
No, is that a no? You don't want me to? You don't want to continue, or you don't want this match at all?
Tell us how you really feel, Carl.
Yeah, right. Don't hide your feelings, Carl.
Just both. I mean, everybody has said it, and I'll just reiterate it. It's not needed.
No,
it's just not needed. The crap that's going to happen. Okay, just no.
Do that backstage. Have a big brawl backstage between all these people and get it done.
And I would be okay with the brawl backstage, but you know what? Okay, so I can maybe understand if they're trying to build this towards something else. If they're trying to build this towards a freaking War Games or something like that, okay. Then that would be a bloody fantastic War Game. 7-on-7.
Dude, epic.
Take my freaking money right now.
Yeah, where's my wallet? I'll just give you my credit card number.
Right now, it doesn't look like they're trying to build towards anything like that. This just seems like it's just kind of a thrown together type of situation because, oh, well, we can, and because, oh, it's Rey Mysterio. So maybe if it's Rey Mysterio, that might get people to watch the show.
Not really.
Yeah.
I'm more apt to watch
Phooey.
the show because of the women being on the show. What else
yeah,
do
of
we
course
have
you
on
are.
here? We
We
have
got
our champions making her
So-
appearance.
so
Tonight.
like my thoughts on the
Yeah, go ahead.
match is you got, like you said, a lot of convoluted storylines going to be intertwined in this madness. You got the Carlito Judgment Day, you got Carlito Ray, you got Judgment Day in a whole, and Drew McIntyre. If McIntyre shows up during this match, which he probably will,
Probably, yeah.
or he might be at commentary, who knows?
Well, don't forget CM Punk and all this stuff going after.
You got CM Punk.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
got- I mean,
Yep.
it could
We're
be
also-
a mess.
We're also getting in what I think is going to be the match of the night: Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus.
I was
Yeah,
just going to bring that up. That was going to be my match.
interesting, too.
I'm more apt to want to watch this just because of Sheamus and Kaiser than Rey Mysterio and Mr. Priest, to be honest. Because
Okay.
I've been a
Yeah,
Sheamus
that's
fan for a while. You guys all know that.
Yes.
And
Long while.
Kaiser has been growing on me as a talent. I've been really watching and studying this gentleman in-ring performance, and as a wrestler, spot on, dude. Like, the design of his tights to a T are perfect, not a wasted space. His ability to wrestle and see what's going to be coming, like on point. Like, if I was still wrestling, this is the kind of talent I would want to wrestle, because
Right.
he looks phenomenal in the ring, and whoever gets in the ring with him looks just as good. Even though they're losing, they look just as good, if
Yep,
not better than him,
They get
because
that
he's that
shine.
good.
Yeah,
Because he's that good. So
Yep.
I'm more apt to watch that kind of match than Damian Priest and Mysterio. Like, who cares?
yeah.
Really?
But who knows? Maybe this is where we see, as it was alluded to, maybe this is where we get to see the debut of Dijak. Because Dijak's chokeslam finisher from NXT is the exact same as the South of Heaven.
Ooh.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe Dijak comes up because he feuded a little bit with Dom for the NXT North American title, as well as for the world title down there or over there. So you could see him play off of that feud. You could see him attack the LWO because he was known for that. So you could see him insert himself physically, or do we see it
Right.
in Braun and Dragunov in that situation?
Yeah.
See, you could there too.
So this is, that Ray one and Priest, just like Bulkster said, there's so many different stories just kind of going into one. Like, they're all just colliding because of this one match. Because there's so many different elements to each story that is intertwined within certain groups, that now it's all going to come into, this big cluster again.
Yeah,
Which we don't need. We don't need this.
not at all.
That's why I said the Kaiser Sheamus match, like you had stated, OMD, I'm shooting for that to be my match of the night, to be honest, hands down. And these two guys, both European descendant, like they're from great wrestling backgrounds, like just can put on a match.
Yes.
And Sheamus has been obviously putting himself back into shape, getting back into the groove of being on the road again. So I just consistently see him getting better and better and better and better.
What I'm going to say with
who knows?
tonight's episode of Raw, and I am excited to say this because we haven't heard mention of Jey Uso.
Right.
We haven't heard mention of Chad Gable. We haven't heard mention of Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed. So new talent getting that opportunity to come up and shine, or
Yes.
continuation of storylines. Now we do have 3 hours to fill from 8 until 11, so I'm sure we will see.
Yeah, we don't have everything on this list that we have here that's in front of me.
I'm
We don't
sure
have
we
everything.
will see some or all of them, but not stuff that's being heavily
we might
pushed.
even just see some of them in the background during interview time or something talking.
Right?
Who knows, right? Like we all, and that's the thing I love about this new era that we're in. If you don't pay attention to even the interviews in the back, you could miss something, like Liv Morgan and then Dominic Mysterio walking out of the same room, or I forgot his name. Oh no, McIntyre
Okay, don't
talking
matter.
to Paul Heyman.
Okay.
Right?
Like you miss these things, right? If you're not paying attention. And different people that haven't been seen on TV for a while standing in the background. Like, I'll tell you right now, people, if you're watching Raw, pay attention to everything from start to finish, because Triple H is on point with everything. Even people in the background are there for a reason, not just, oh, we forgot to ask them to move because we were doing an interview. No, they're there for a reason. The other thing I want to point out before we wrap up our show and go over to the Raw Patrol, I got it right this time. I didn't call it Paw Patrol. Our women's champion, Liv Morgan, is going to be appearing on Raw tonight. Do we have any idea or speculation what she's coming on Raw for? Because she doesn't have a match.
She's already said she is coming out to address the situation from the end of the cage match last week and the kiss.
Ooh.
I am also going to fully expect
another one,
Lyra Valkyria, to step up, because she had started interfering in Lyra's matches and all of that with that and suckering her. So I would not be surprised to see Lyra step up and issue a challenge for Clash at the Castle.
Oh,
interesting.
I could get behind that, because that young lady is from Ireland, which is right next door to Scotland, where they're going to be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to back you on that one, my friend. I think we might see her just for that reason. I like that idea. That's a good one. Carl, do you have any last words with what's going on this week before we jump over to the patrol?
As always, the WWE continues to do better and better and better each and every week with Monday Night Raw. And it is absolutely fantastic to be able to see this new upward trend in, well, what we have here dubbed the Evolution era. Screw the Triple H era. No, it's the Evolution era is where we are in with the WWE. I am grateful and thankful that you guys asked me to come on, and I'm happy that I had the opportunity to come on and spend some time with each one of you, especially the Bulkster, who I really haven't had a lot of opportunities to do anything with as of yet. But this was the first opportunity, and I'm very thankful for it.
We are very grateful and appreciative that you were able to join us here on the Boar's Nest and on the Raw Preview Review Show.
Yes.
So before we head out, and we know that Carl has hosting duties to get to, so let's get Carl to give us his socials here right before we head over to Raw Patrol.
Easiest way to find me and my socials is my link tree, linktr.ee/Carl Carafel, linktr.ee/KARLKARUFEL. Thank you again. I am out. Goodbye.
Have a good one, brother. Thank you for showing up. Again, that was Carl Carafel, the boss and owner of Turnbuckle Studios, who allows us to put on this kind of programming here in the Boar's Nest. So if it wasn't for Carl, we wouldn't have the Boar's Nest, which is fine. Terry, my friend, Bulkster, any last words before we jump out of here, buddy?
I want to thank Carl for joining and being with the Bulkster tonight. He's now a Bulkamaniac. and hopefully it won't be the last. Hopefully I get invited to more prestigious events by the great and powerful Carl Carafel.
You're welcome to anything. You're
yeah,
welcome
buddy.
to join on anything on Turnbuckle Studios.
There you go.
You're
buddy.
one of us.
I did give him a shout out.
Balls.
But anyway, you can see me do stuff on YouTube at the Bulkster Show and on TikTok at the Bulkster Show.
Yes.
I am still, a growing channel on each, and you can always see the reruns of all our shows here, or most of them, if I remember to put them up to the stream. But other than that, join me for my adventures in Bulksterville.
Yes.
Right.
I'd just like to give a quick shout out before we get to OMD. True North Customs is a sponsor of this show here, the Boar's Nest. You see their information down there on the ticker. And the other sponsor is Professional Auto Services, which is right behind True North Customs. Again, to both those gentlemen, thank you so much for sponsoring this show. OMD, before we get going, I'm going to let the people know where they can find me, because you're going to do the exit, because you always do. You're really good at it.
Thank
you can catch me on YouTube at Bubba OMD. That is YouTube at Bubba OMD. Capitals on the O, M, and D. Thank you very much. And on Twitch, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Again, that is Twitch at Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. OMD, my brother from another mother. Please tell the people where they can find you, and then by all means, kick us off the show, my friend.
Well, the people can find me on the Book of Faces, Daniel Harisic, HRYCYK, on the Chat of Snaps, One Man Dynamic, as Bubba alluded to, capitals on O, M, and D, on Twitch at OMD17, and on Discord at OMD6370. Visually, you can catch me right here every Monday with Bubba Duke, with the Bulkster on this show. Then you can catch me at 8 o'clock on the Raw Patrol. Tomorrow night, 8:05 Eastern, with Carl Carafel and Chris Best on Turnbuckle Talk. Thursdays with the Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke and myself, and on Fridays with the SmackDown Security Detail with my co-host Chris Best. With that, ladies and gentlemen, in the immortal words of Carl Carafel, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. From all of us here at the Boar's Nest to those of you out there, wherever you are, good night. Good luck. We out.